Hey guys, it's Drake here. Welcome back to another video, and here we have the Sugar Swan Cookie meta. And as you've seen from my build video, you know she's broken, and if you have her, you definitely have seen experiences. Like, she is just going to be the most broken healer to date, and I'm sure that's going to be overwritten in the future, but I know I definitely said that about Pure Vanilla, but here we have a better healer than Pure Vanilla. Anyway, let's get right into the first team. So this meta is actually going to be a bit of a rock, paper, scissors meta, but it's going to be heavily RNG. Just a disclaimer, these teams may not work for you when you're doing the quote unquote counters for them. It's very confusing, and I'm just gonna try and explain this the best I can when I'm done showing you the teams. So here we have the main team. So here are the three main teams. I'm gonna show you the toppings. Obviously, there's going to be a core 4 of Millennial Tree, Dark Enchantress, Venom Doe, and Sugar Swan, but the treasures and some toppings might change depending on who you're facing. So as you can see, there's White Lily. I don't know why she has her costume off. Maybe I'll put the costume back on.
To seek out.
Sure, we'll put her costume back on. So we have White Lily as the 5th, we have ES as the 5th, and then we have Silent Salt as the 5th. There's a hidden team in Team 5 that you can see at the end of the video. So after I finish going over the 3 main teams, I will show you the 5th team as a surprise for watching the whole video. Do stay tuned for that, and let's get right into the builds. So Millennial Tree is just going to be on the same stuff that he has been on. 4 HP, 2 debuff resist, and obviously a full HP biscuit. I didn't really manage to get to. I spent all my coins trying to get those to 15, but it's not the end of the world. It's 0.2% HP, not really going to cost me that much. Just remember, 20% minimum damage resist, get 20% minimum debuff resist, get some cooldown so you make sure you have the 1 second start, or you are going to die. Plain and simple. And then get the rest of them into HP subsets. As you can see, I do have HP subs here, and obviously you can see 3 set peanut, 10% HP, and 10% debuff resist from only 2 kiwi toppings, which is crazy good. That's the only reason why kiwi's worth running. And let's go straight onto Dark Enchantress. You know, same old deal with Dark Enchantress. If you have a high promo, you can run 0 DR, but I don't really recommend that. I would recommend running damage resist. It has to be 9 cooldown and 108 attack. This is including the biscuit. 9 cooldown, 108 attack to get the full potential Dark Enchantress cookie here. If it's easier for you to get it with no damage resist, try. I see I have 9.1 and 112. That's perfect. I hit the cooldown and attack requirements, as well as adding in some extra crit, which could help as well. But remember, 9 cooldown, 108 attack to hit that breakpoint. And remember, you can obviously switch back to the 4 attack, 2 cooldown if you can't hit breakpoints, or even if you really can't, 3 attack, 3 cooldown. So that's going to be a main thing. Remember, obviously, full damage resist bypass. I have 60%, which is great. You guys should too. And let's get straight on to White Lily. So White Lily is going to be running the same thing, but no requirements here. Just damage resist, cooldown, attack, and then a Tainted Grass biscuit. If you don't have a Tainted Grass, you can run full bypass. Doesn't really make a difference. Remember, here, I still have that blue line I need to reroll. Damage resist, cooldown, attack. No really cooldown requirement. You don't really have to have that much. You'll see why in a little bit, because she never really completes her cooldown on this team, right? Now for Venom Doe, it's going to be the same thing. 25 DR, 35 cooldown, rest on attack, and then obviously damage resist bypass. You know, it's been the same thing for Venom Doe. Nothing's really changed. You know, don't have to change your Venom Doe build at all. And Sugar Swan could be running either or, and we're going to be swapping either between the 2 builds I actually showed in my video. And if you have a high promo Sugar Swan, you could run the raid build, but don't really recommend that. I'm going to select this build for now, as you know, I'm going up against other people. So let's go into the actual arena and start fighting some people. So as you can see here, we have another Grandmaster 1 who's running a whistle and a chest. So running chest, you're going to want to go back into your team and look through. Is anyone focusing on crit? No one but Sugar Swan. When Sugar Swan's focusing on crit, you don't want to run the box. Instead, you're going to want to actually hit on the full Raz build. Even though you're getting less cooldown, obviously full cooldown biscuit, remember from my build video, the crit you lose is just going to become dead weight. This 31 crit is going to become dead weight, rather transform it into 40% extra attack. So let's actually make sure that Sugar Swan is actually selected on the right build when you're fighting chest. So as you can see, here's the jewelry box and the whistle. So let's fight them real quick. And I'm going to show you why I nicknamed this team Triple Cast. Okay, so it's an ES team. This does counter ES. We got there's Lily. See how she never really completes her cooldown? She's cast. Lily cast. It's completed her cooldown there. Wow, that was quick. I didn't even get to show you guys the triple cast part. But yeah, as you can see, White Lily being able to die and revive so quickly with the Vile buff as well helping. She's able to outdamage her other self, Dark Enchantress, and do more healing than Fraud Tree. You know why. And Sugar Swan's able to do 100 mil. Absolutely insane. Pretty much probably just a stat difference at this point. But oh, also remember to run White Lily Rally, but don't run White Lily Rally on defense. I'm going to show you why, because you're going to have to deceive people on your defense. As you can see, I'm hiding Lily in Dark Enchantress. Enchantress. My White Lily comp's on my defense. I'm going to change it after this video. So people who watch these videos to know what I run, I'm changing my stuff after this video. So don't you worry. I'm running Tree Rally so people won't know if it's a Lily or a ES. Perfect way to deceive people on your defense. Let's go and fight. Whoa, what is going on here? No idea what's going on there, but we're going to ignore it for now. All right, so here we have a 5-8 Tree, 5-8 Venomdo, yet a 2-star promo on Swan. I actually know exactly who this is. This is Heaven. This is, well, he's probably number 1 right now because I lost a couple of trophies because someone beat me on my defense. Let's actually take a look. What beats Heaven most consistently? Because I know what he's running. He's running White Lily behind there because you can see the rally is hidden. If there's a hidden rally, if Millennial Tree is showing and there's a hidden rally, they're running White Lily. And to counter White Lily very easily, you're going to want to run Silent Salt. So everyone's builds are going to be the same for the core 4, but as you can see, Heaven is not running the box. So what we can do here is run the normal build for Sugar Swan, which is going to be the crit heavy build. Now, as you can see here, I am running box. So just in case people are running the crit heavy build on their defense, I'm able to crush them pretty much. And I'm running box mono, which is pretty standard treasure combo with MT rally. Don't really have a choice there. And for my Silent Salt, I'm going to be running, there's multiple different builds you can try for Silent Salt. I have the full attack, I have full cooldown, and then I have my special tech that I'm sharing with you guys, my 3-3 with no DR. It's very, very risky to run if you have a low promo Silent Salt, but if you have a 5-star, 6-star Silent Salt, you can give this a try and you should be able to work. I like the full attack better. So we're gonna run full attack into Heaven and let's just see how it goes. So yes, don't believe the TikTok post yet. See, bingo, White Lily right there. Should be pretty easy though. Pretty easy to tell who's running what if you know it and actually are able to. Oh, there goes all my revives. That's fine. Should be fine. Tree's not a fraud. There we go. That was pretty close, but ended up working in the end. And Heaven's a pretty tough person to beat. Here we are back at number 1, and we do have a Silent Salt being a fraud, actually. Doing less damage than Millennial Tree is kind of crazy, but still came along for the ride. I was able to win the battle. He usually does around like 90 million damage, but I don't know why he died off so early. Swan and Millennial Tree doing a lot of healing. I was able to beat Heaven pretty easily because of my Venomdo staying alive and my Dark Enchantress doing her thing and being able to read the correct builds and what to run into what in regards to box. That is one thing that I see people confusing all the time, and that's responsible for a lot of losses. So let's continue the fight. Let's actually go ahead and fight one of these other players right here. Let's fight this one with 3-star, 3-star, 3-star. All 3 stars. Remember, here's the box, and it is going to be, I think it's going to be an ES comp. So when you are fighting ES comps, so I have mine right here, best thing to do is to mirror, in my own opinion, or you can hit with White Lily. Mirror or White Lily, I'm going to mirror for this sake. Obviously, I'm going to promo diff. The White Lily team runs best with White Lily Rally. It's a lot worse with the Millennial Tree Rally, so you can only assume that someone's running ES here with, I was going to say the power diff is pretty weird, but it's fine. So remember, box here, so we're going to go into the builds and actually show you my ES build real quick. So you can run the damage resist, cooldown, attack, 4-2, cooldown, amp buff build, or you can run the 35 cooldown build. I personally like the amp buff. I don't like attack. Attack is not that good for Eternal Sugar. Amp buff is great with the damage resist beast, full damage resist bypass beast kit. Just remember, same, requirements. These builds have been around for so long. It's just, me repeating the same information. But for anyone new to the game, the reason why we run Amplify buff is to increase the healing received by a cookie. And Eternal Sugar is a pretty weak cookie, so that's why she needs a lot of Amplify buff to keep her alive. And obviously, if you have high promos, you can run the 35 cooldown build, so it doesn't really matter that much. And Dark Enchantress, Venomdo, and here we have not running the full Raz build into the box. So a lot of people are going to be running box, so full Raz is going to be pretty useful to have built. Everyone else is going to be pretty much the same. Millennial Tree is going to be the exact same. And let's actually hit them right now.
Stop.
So yes, I was right.
And
it
for
is an
that,
ES.
I'm sorry.
So let's should be able to promo diff here. There's the amp buff coming into play. Eternal Sugar on the edge of death, and being able to live is key. You getting revived is fine. There we go. And didn't even have to use a revive. Because of the box's main aim is to disable the healing from your Sugar Swan. And that didn't happen. What happened is my Sugar Swan was able to heal and give buffs and not die because of the box disabling her. And Millennial Tree clutched up. ES clutched up by not dying with the amp buff build. And also, as you can see here, Dark Enchantress, doing her thing as usual. Venom Doe also healing almost as much as Sugar Swan, like half the amount. It's kind of crazy, but kind of pretty cool that a bomber's healing 16 million. Remember only a couple of years ago that 16 million healing was a crazy amount. That's pretty much going to be what you want to know with the 3 main comps, right? For these last 2, I'm going to pretty much just use my brain and figure out, okay, so going on using my brain. As you can see here, the positioning of Dark Enchantress is she is right next to the text that says middle. I don't know whatever language. It's going to be middle, the middle row. If she's right next to the text that says middle, it is 95% going to be an ES team, as well as you can see MT Rally. This is an Eternal Sugar team. Let's mirror it. As you can see, right again.
Right.
Pretty easy to pick me up on context clues and figuring out what. And another thing is you need to know. I'm actually gonna say this. I'm actually gonna say that after battle. Usually my audio quality destroyed when in battles, so I'll say it after the fact. Okay, there we go. Swan back in her form. All right, so what I said before is why you don't want to run Silent Salt into an ES team. Again, here's another ES team. Jeez, everyone's running ES on defense. So I'm actually going to throw my ES comp on defense. So where is it? ES, remember, hide. So they don't know. That's key to understand. Hide. See, everyone's going to assume you're using the core 4. So you have to hide Dark Enchantress because her position changes. It was so easy for me to figure out what they were running based on their hiddens. That I can pretty much guarantee to not run the Silent Salt team into it. So what I'm saying here is if they're running anti-box builds with an ES team, your Silent Salt team will get
darkness shall be your prison.
You do not run Silent Salt into ES because you will get perma-stuns and you will be now we don't have PB. PB can't protect you from the sugar, whatever thing it is. Can't protect you from that. Your entire team just gets Dark Enchantress gets stun locked and they stop. See, my entire other team, my entire ES team is alive, and there goes Silent Salt surviving, and yeah, see, 100-0 versus ES versus Silent Salt. Does not mean ES is better whatsoever. They are pretty much on an equal playing field here. Just means that if you run the Silent Salt team into an ES team, you are guaranteed to die. Not guaranteed if you are able to promo diff, which I mean a lot of you won't be able to. That's why I'm not going to be running this into this. I'm going to actually be running the White Lily team into this. So let's see if it's able to counter.
I have
pretty much able to counter ES teams. I'm gonna see if I'm able to get these triple attacks. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. In a short period of time. Oh, I'm actually going to lose this. So you're not going to be guaranteed to win pretty much every battle. Like I said in the beginning of the video, it's actually going to be a lot of RNG factor, right? Look, White Lily doing 75 mil should happen, right? It should happen. But Millennial Tree pretty much just fell completely off. Why? Because of the box. The box is able to just decrease his crit, increase his received damage, which makes him die way quicker. And it just literally just enables Millennial Tree to just die off quicker, which is not going to be fun. See, 81 million damage taken from mine. Theirs only took 71 million damage, even though their entire team pretty much just took more damage than me. Besides my Venom Doe. Yeah, their entire team took more damage. I ended up doing more damage overall. It's just that the survivability of my team was so weakened, which makes it hard to win every single battle. And I won all of them but that one. Let's actually free refresh before I show you the final team, the Cursed team. And remember, before I show you the Cursed team, I'm going to show you the review. So White Lily counters ES 80% of the time. ES can counter itself if you're running the proper builds against what's going on. So, and if an enemy is running the whistle and monocle, you can obviously change this monocle to the chest, and you can obviously change your builds back to the normal builds, the non-box builds, and everyone else shouldn't change. It should just be between the full raz and the 3-2-1 build. And if you can't change, you can run the 3-2-1 build into everything, but it's not going to be the best, but it is what it is. Remember, Silent Salt, do not hit it into ES. All you need to know, don't hit it into ES. You can hit it into White Lily. You can hit it into the secret team that I'm about to show. Actually counters the secret team pretty well. If someone is running ES no box, you could run box Silent Salt into that ES and see if it wins, but I'm not going to guarantee that it's going to win. And obviously there's going to be a lot of changes within the meta, so please do comment if you want a mid-season arena guide with everything updated. This is only for like the first next couple weeks, everything should end up changing. As you can see, we're gonna have to go on to the 5th team. So yeah, he's still here. Dev Sisters tried to make him a main villain, and yet he's being the main villain of my arena videos, showing up in every single one of them for the past year, which is absolutely insane. So remember, everyone is going to be the same. Swan, remember, we're going to be changing Swan based on the stuff. Shadow Milk can either be changed 35 cooldown, full bypass, or just full raz. I'm tired of you, Shadow Milk. I'm getting out of character here. Yeah, I'm tired of Shadow Milk. I'm not even lying. All right, so for the first battle, I'm going to be fighting a White Lily team. Obviously, you can see it's going to be White Lily because there is a hidden cookie, and it's not Dark Enchantress next to the middle. That is White Lily, and I'm going to be fighting it with Shadow Milk just because, you know, why does Shadow Milk have to be even niche anymore? My call. Why does he have to have number 202? Just still proving that Shadow Milk is still good, which is so heartbreaking. Stealing my precious revives. But yeah, Shadow Milk is still meta. It's a sad fact of reality, but he's not meta, but I wouldn't say he's 100% good. Like when I actually try and fight a real GM1 here, that's gonna be White Lily team again. Let's see, predicted it right. You know, it's easy to predict if you listen to what I say. I'm going to go on my comments asking for counters. Come on. I'm honestly going to say Shadow Milk's probably a better defensive strategy. I don't know where his version is. Actually, it's the same as ES. So you could troll people. Didn't even use a single revive versus a real GM1. Okay, this might be more of a problem than I thought. Yeah, Shadow Milk is mainly going to be able to counter the White Lily teams, as you can see here. Do not throw him into ES. ES will destroy him. Just be cautious because some people could be figuring out more and more better Shadow Milk builds in the future. I honestly think that's going to be it for today's video. Remember, let me go over the teams real quick. So here's the hidden team with Stupid Milk, Spoiled Milk. No one likes him. Boo! Ignore that for now. So team 1, White Lily, pretty much a standard team. You want to run the Vial, Whistle, and Watch on it. You can obviously switch to the Monocle, Whistle, or Monocle Box, or even Whistle Box. But I just prefer running the Vial because White Lily's going to be dying off pretty quickly. For the next team, pretty much the standard treasures are going to be the Monocle and the Whistle. If you want to change your treasures up, you can run a Monocle and the Box, Whistle Box, even Vessel Box is going to work on some people. But remember, standard treasures are going to be Monocle, Whistle again, which is going to be the standard. And remember, it's the Dream Conductor's Whistle, not the Crimson Whistle. The Crimson Whistle makes you take 40% elemental damage, which is going to just give you a debuff. Not worth it at all. Do not use the Crimson Whistle. I repeat, do not use the Crimson Whistle. Now for the Silent Salt team, you can obviously switch it between Box, Candle. Candle works really well with Silent Salt. Whistle, even Vial can work here, even Vessel. Just you gotta play around with the treasures, figure out what works best for you. And remember, on your defense, being able to figure out people, hide the middle 2 cookies. And also make sure Millennial Tree is your rally on defense and show your Millennial Tree as well. That will help. Remember, you can obviously tell what is a Silent Salt team, so you can just run ES straight into them. And yeah, I already demonstrated to you how quickly Silent Salt dies to ES. So if you run an ES team into a Silent Salt team, it shouldn't be too long before that team just disintegrates. Remember, you can get promo diff with Silent Salt. See, this person actually is not hiding him right. That is a Lily team right there. This is where it gets tricky. This is where I'd run Lily into it and just hope and pray. That's a Lily team. Hope and pray again. See, people are kind of catching on. People are running Candle. There's the Candle. This is probably an ES team. But anyway, I hope you guys had a good one watching the video, and I will see you guys in the future. And remember to press like on my account if you're on the Dark Account server. And I will see you guys later. Adios.